Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Yaa'S, and I welcome you to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. This is our first program of the year, so I welcome you back. And today we're going to be talking about staying on course in 2024, setting goals. Unfortunately, my co-host Yabuatma Boating Russell is not able to be with us today. She will surely join us next time. Just give me a minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to share to different prog. I'm going to share to different platforms, and then we'll come back and continue. So just bear with me while I do that. I trust you are having a good year so far. I've been away in Ghana since mid-December to visit family and, just to wind down, have some fun actually. So, oh my goodness, I can't even share my thing. Just give me a sec here. So yeah, it's always great to go back home. The vibe there is totally different. In fact, you don't even feel like coming back. So sadly, that's what one has to come back. What can you do, right? Yes. Hello, Nanaraba. How are you? How are my Ogwai people doing? I am having some technical challenges here. Let me sort it out and then I will be right back. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we'll leave it there and continue. So, like I said, we've been away for a bit and we have a new lineup, different things that we're going to be doing this year. So, I hope you will continue to be patronizing our programs. So, before we go ahead, I'm going to tell you about the programs that we do on this platform or refresh your memory. So basically, Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner is based on my 5 books, the first one of which is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. There it is, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. The second one is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. Reflections came out in 2020. The Beauty of a Woman's Heart was in 2021. And then there's Refreshing for My Weary Soul, also in 2021. And there's Own It, which is a guide to taking accountability and responsibility for your own life journey. That came out in 2022. The most recent one is My Unapologetic Self. That came out last year, 2023. So we do a number of lives on this platform, like our Saturday Facebook lives are every second Saturday. So today is the 10th. So the next one might be on the February 24th, all things being well. I also do beauty lessons with your favorite auntie. You see short videos on this platform. As well, there's Own It with your own ornithologist and queen of Own It. And then I do short videos also from Reflections as well. Hello, is that Tony? And so we do, yes, Reflections. And of course, there's Auntie Yaa'S Nuggets. I share different nuggets on different aspects of life. There's Pearls of Wisdom, which is only a video from about 10 to 30 minutes long and a passage from the Bible, and I share my insights on it. The shorter form, oh, hello, Brian. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. The shorter version of that is a word for you, and it's a video of anywhere from 50 50 seconds to about a minute and over, really. And I share short snippets of my insights from the Bible. And I'm starting something new called Yaa'S Book Nuggets. It'll be anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. And I'll take a passage from any of the books and share. Like this week coming, watch out for a video from Own It. And I'm just talking about your past and how it affects us. Are you going to let your past affect you, or are you going to use it to build for a good future, build for now and a good future? Okay. And then last but not the least, there's Auntie Yaa'S Own It Academy. We provide book publishing services. We do life coaching and women empowerment. So if you need your story written, a lot of us think that our stories are boring. Other people's stories are more interesting than ours, right? And so then we sit around and do nothing, and our life is just passing by. But somebody can benefit from your experiences in life. So it's always good to tell your story. Okay, so let's continue. So today, our first topic here is staying on course for 2024, setting goals. As you know, I'm not sure if we are given to setting goals. Not everybody does, but some do. But basically, if you don't set goals, you kind of tend to drift through life. That's one of my favorite terms that it's in reflections. I use that term a lot because I'm a Joe Joe Adams, and she likes that term. So basically, what happens with that is you drift through life. You don't plan anything. You get up, whatever happens, happens. Maybe in your mind, oh, I'll do this today. Somebody calls you, commandeers you off that path, and then you're gone helping somebody else, or maybe even they are wasting your time. But because you don't have a plan, you follow along. And every day becomes like that. Go to work, come home, go to work, come home. A lot of us complain. We say that, oh, well, where can I find time to do all these other things? You make time. If I tell you the story of how I wrote these books, you'd go, oh, because you're a wife, you're a mother, you have things to do. Sometimes you go to work, you come home, you think, oh, I wrote down some notes, I'm coming to type it up. And then you realize there's no food. You have to stop and cook for the family. So you have to be disciplined. Yes. So basically, we're going to talk about why we set goals. Yes. As I was saying, it helps you have a purpose. Yeah, you need a vision. You have a vision for your life and you plan it out. It doesn't matter what that vision is. You could be somebody who loves animals. Maybe you want to raise chickens, or you want to rear horses, like whatever it is. Everything starts with a plan. The thought comes into your head, you write it out, and then you start to work on it. Yes. So if you don't have it written down, it's not going to go anywhere. Thoughts or dreams are just wishes. When you put them down, then it becomes real to you. So you know that you've written something down. If you are somebody who has a well, how do I put it? A conscience, it'll prick you and you go, I wrote that thing down. When am I going to start acting on it? So it prompts you and you go take a look. You take one little step and start to build. So this takes discipline. Why do we set goals? You need discipline to be able to set goals. It provides you discipline because when you get up, today I'm going to do this. I said I'll do this. I have two things or three things. Don't overload yourself. Two, three max. Work diligently on it for the day. Yeah. And then also setting goals provides you focus. You get up, like that friend can't come and say, oh, come to my house, I'm cooking, I need company, I'm lonely. And then you don't know how to say no, right? So you go along. All that is time wasting. And we'll come to that, those friends, we'll come to that later on in this program. Also, when you set goals, right, it gives you a direction. You know that I'm headed over here. I don't want to go that way. I was over here playing, fooling around, but today I want to go that way. Yes, Nanaraba says discipline and focus. Yeah. And what happens if you don't plan? Well, as I said, you become, what do you call it? You drift through life, driftless. You are a drifter. You are unfocused. You are aimless. And there's no direction. It's just day in, day out, day in, day out. And people like that, when they are around you or they are part of your circle, they may discourage you. Oh, why? Let me go into tree. I don't know how, Hosa. Why are you worrying yourself like that? After all, what? You have a good job. You are doing this, you are doing that. Ah, forget it. Or even someone, oh, don't mind her. As for this one, she thinks she's this and this and that. Who do you think you are? We are all here. Where are you trying to get to? And if you are not strong, resilient, you don't have tenacity, Nanaraba, you don't have grit and nerves of steel, they'll come and blow you any which way and you'll be off track, and that'll be the end of that. Many destinies have fallen to the wayside because of the influence of your circle. So, right, that's it. If you have any comments to add on, just put them in the chat, okay? So we're going to look at examples of goals. So you can have career goals, yes. Like maybe you might decide that I started this job, I started at the lower level, and I want to go, up. Maybe I want to, by the end of or in 5 years' time, I expect that I'm going to be such and such, right? And so in doing that, it helps you to take steps to map it out. Maybe you need extra training. If you're through work and they give training, you can provide, you can request, you can request training, yes. Or even you can pay for it out of pocket too. The things that we are talking about on this platform, some of them are not free. Unfortunately, Mikrom 4 are not people who are given to Mikrom 4 are not people who are given to wanting to pay for things. We want things for free. Hello, Tony. Good day, good day, good day to you. I hope you're doing well. We don't like to pay for things. We want everything for free. We are cheap in essence. Would spend money on clothes, spend money on our food, but when you tell a person, go buy something, buy a book, buy a course, go to school, no. So it's a place that you have to strive to come to. Yes, if you want to be better in life, those are some of the decisions that you have to make. Okay, there's career goals, and then also we have financial goals. Yes, you might say, okay, I need to have this amount of money by this such and such a time. You start to save towards it. Or even with when I was talking about the career stuff, you tell yourself, right now my income level is at this stage, I want to go up here. And so you start to work towards that. Let's see. Tony says, I literally call them the naysayers. They themselves don't know where they are going with, but they always try to define other people's purpose. Thank you for that. That's exactly that. And people are fond of telling people what to do and how to be. This is unrelated, but I will give this example. Last night, so I'm trying to sleep, but I'm strolling on the what do you call it, TikTok corridors, and this lady is on somebody's platform, and she got two messages from our people saying that, oh, what are you doing on that person's platform? Get off from there and this and that. She was so upset about that, she just blocked them. Like, because is it a competition? So this person is very popular. So you're trying to say that because she's on that other platform, she's going to build that person up. What are you doing there? Her platform is her own. You don't give her direction. So what makes you think you have to tell somebody how to live their life? That is a very bad habit. I mean, that topic, it merits a discussion of its own, because we are so fond of that. We dictate to people. We want to tell people how to live their lives. We don't mind our own businesses. Some of that effort would be better focused on ourselves, trying to be better versions of ourselves. Yeah. So financial goals, yeah. You said financial goals, really, because maybe you're going to have kids, you're getting married, you have to plan out your life, how you spend money. What even when we get married, we don't talk about some of these things, like like how how do we handle money? Are you a spender or are you frugal? You know, do we want to embark on financial literacy? That we have a big problem, myself included. Our community, we don't talk a lot about money, because the thing is, we've been told, and I'll go the religious route, oh, money is evil, oh, this, but we misquote the Bible. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. It didn't say money is. And I always say that that same Bible tells us that money answereth all things. So you have to put it in perspective. We seem to think that we, before Mikrom phone, we've, how do you call it? We've signed a vow of poverty. When you are poor, yes, God wants us to be poor. Oh, it's you can't be rich. It's bad. It's evil. So when somebody works hard and makes money, we ascribe other reasons to it. Oh, they went and did this. Oh, they went and did that. Because we have not bought into the concept of hard work, working hard to achieve or accomplish our goals. Okay, so I'll step off that. Then we have family goals. What you and your family want to do together. What are your vision? What is your vision for the year? What are your plans? Are you hearing me clearly? I think my network is fading in and out. So family goals, and you have to sit down and plan it. You and your spouse, your kids, what is your vision for the year? As well, we have educational goals. Listen, going to school is not only the what's the word? The normal mainstream way. Going to university, grade, elementary, secondary, university, continuous learning, something called continuous learning. Okay, look at me here. See, I bought these little notebooks when I was going to Ghana in December. And so today I pulled one out because there's somebody that I'm following, this YouTuber that I'm following, and he gives these nuggets on content creation, all kinds of things. And so I've joined his WhatsApp platform, and I always go and read what's there, but I haven't written anything down. And I took this, I've seen some links that he's provided. I'm like, oh, I have to go look at those links. But as I said earlier, if you don't write them down, you won't act on it. So I picked this book up today and I said, I'm going to have to go through that WhatsApp group and write down everything that I need to check out. That is a form of learning. Okay. These days, there's a lot going on. There's a lot. YouTube, wherever you want to learn. Even on TikTok, match us. Let me say this in tree. Match us, me chrome for ye Jimmy or TikTok. No, so no. There's also some who are providing nuggets, powerful nuggets. There's all kinds of things. There's even this platform, I forget the name. When you go on there, they read these books, these self-help, self-growth, personal development books. So they'll come and be reading through it. You learn from that. There's TV programs that you watch. Listen, even me, when I was in Ghana, sometimes I'll flick to through the channels and I'll be watching programs. And I learned some very educative things. Like, for example, I'm somebody, I like beet, B-E-E-T. When you go out for lunch or to parties or wherever, you see it in the buffet, red thing, cut up, vegetable cut up. It's very sweet, very nice. But if you try to boil it, oh my goodness, it takes a while. So one day I was watching TV and they outlined all the properties of beetroot juice. I'm like, oh my goodness. The mistake that I made is I should have taken a screenshot. But I'm back now and I said I'm going to look in the stores till I find beetroot juice because it's going to help me. That's something that I decided to do. So you learn from different mechanisms. You learn from different people. You learn through social media. Read books. Reading is not something that we like, but read books. Read books. There's this book that I bought. Oh, what is the title again? A Radical Awakening. I believe it's by Dr. Shafali. And I barely even read it. But then on the plane coming back, I was reading through it. I'm not done. It's a big book, but it's very inspirational, and I get nuggets and ideas from it. And I'm saying that I have so many books to read, but don't stop yourself. You can read a page or two from each. Make reading part of your journey because it opens up your mind, gives you new ideas, different ways of looking at things. As well, we have spiritual goals. Your spiritual goals could be, well, maybe I'm getting closer to God, or whatever my faith is. I'm going to go deeper. Maybe I'm going to study this book of the Bible, or maybe I'm going to be kinder. I'm going to do more charity work, help people. Whatever it is, write it down. You can say, I'm going to do a book of the Bible. Or maybe this year I'll do Romans. Oh, I'll start with Ruth. Some of us, we are not giddy giddy. We are in there, but we are not giddy giddy. So we can take a small book, read it, get some insights from it. And of course, there's personal growth. Personal growth, your goals for personal growth. Yes. For myself, and I was trying to find it, but I can't I can't locate it. I'm not sure where I threw it. So the thing is, you try to what was I talking about? Personal growth. What are your personal goals for the growth goals for the year? What courses do you want to take? And it's not, like I said, there's a lot of free things around on social media. Oh, this person is having this training. You go and listen. It's when you're listening, the second part of it is where they'll make an offer. And if you decide to pick up on that offer, then you have to pay for it. But it's always helpful to learn these little nuggets all over the place. Yes. So for myself, in my goals, I have personal growth stuff, I have spiritual, I have financial, I have book writing, I have content creation, and then I have book coaching because that is the stuff that I do. So it's based on you, it's based on your perspective, what your plans are, what your goals are, what your yearnings are. That's what will help you to plan out your goals or vision board for the year. Tony says, reading that book called A Rich Dad and a Poor Dad taught me a lot of things in the minds of people and especially Christians. Oh, sikani biya and call heaven, like they say, but not knowing that Sao Sikanino have no time to think evil about someone because of their wealth and buildings. Low class people always have something to critique about wealthy people. That is exactly what you have said. Sometimes when we see these people, you don't know. You see them now, they are riding in Bentleys, they are riding in Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and you don't know how they got there. You don't know how many nights they toiled. Maybe while you were sleeping, they were working hard. And so now they're enjoying the fruit of their labor, and you are begrudging them. I always make this statement that if you see somebody doing something great, all you have to go to them and say is, hey, I want to be like you, or I admire you. How did you get here? Can you help me? Even you mention one little aspect of what they are doing, I'm sure they'll be able to point you in the right direction. And you know what I find? Those people higher up there, they are not stingy. They help. It's us in the lower ranks with our low class mentality, low hanging fruit mentality that we want to um, I don't know how to what word to use. We always want to beat somebody. Tony, see what Brian is writing to you. Hi, Tony Richie, my son. I'm here with your grandma. Now, Brian, maybe I over for my grandma. I am a grandma, though. Okay, so that was the personal growth ones. And also, there's something called social responsibility. Yes, that is a goal that people should have or we should learn about. What do I mean by social responsibility? Social justice, like having a conscience, having a cause that you stand for. Or let me give an example. Like in Edmonton, where I live, there's this radio station that I listen to. Hello, Miss Sage. Happy New Year. Miss Sage is greeting you all, beautiful people on the platform. So, global news. And there's this hospital, Stollery Children's Hospital. Yes. Nana works there. And every year they do this, drive to raise funds, raise money. It was either Stollery's or something to do with women's shelters. And so, do you know what people were doing? The workers, some of the personalities that we see on the news, they were standing outside with bowls or bins, and people would come and be dropping in money. And you see 500, you see 100, 50, 20. The money just kept coming in. I tell you, at the end of that 3-day drive, I don't forget the amount, but it was quite substantial that they collected. What I know is this. Yeah, before, okay, let me speak to you. Pardon me if you don't speak my language. Yeah, before, we say a lot of bad things about Abrofu, but them, they are not into nyamisum, but when it comes to helping people, my goodness, they will help. So social responsibility. And I always go back to 2016. There was this big fire, and I'm speaking to myself too because I'm not wired that way. But the kids that we're raising here, they know. Okay, so there was this big fire in Fort McMurray, so everybody had to migrate and come down, all that. So there was this. We'd go to this big mall and go and volunteer there, helping the people who were impacted by this fire. And I went there with my 2 daughters because they are used to that. They used to volunteer this kids' place where, stuff like that. So we were so the poverty mindset, it extends to these areas. Oh, well, I'm from a poor background. My Bible tree, I'm come to live a better life. Why should I waste my time going to help somebody? But life, you're not in life for yourself. We are in life to impact others. Somebody gives to you, you also give to them. It's not to the same person. I'm just using it, describing it that, we are here to help one another. And it doesn't matter how you help. Tony says, Daddy Brian Fripon, I thank God for always finding myself in the midst of dignitaries and prominent people. Tony Paddy. Somebody says, what is this? Hello, good day, coach. Hey, who's this? Is that Ajwa? Okay, so social responsibility. There's a lady that I know, for example, she volunteers at the Mustard Seed. Mustard Seed is a place where they offer meals and things like that to people who are, going through hard times. And so we have to come to this place where we think of people, like it's not always about ourselves, but how we can help other people because you've been blessed to bless others. It's not just for Nkwa. Yeah. Okay. So moving on. So if you just come on, just to refresh here, this is our first program for 2024. We were on break since last year, and I just returned a week ago from Ghana, chilling and vibing over there. Tony, I told Brother Brian that I met you in Ghana, and then he goes, "Oh, you've passed him." Like, I'm here with him in Canada, and he hasn't met me yet. But the interesting thing is, Brother Brian knows this, 2 or 3 years ago, we went on vacation to Southern Alberta, Lethbridge, and I didn't know that he lived there. If I had known, I would have met him at that time. So we've been talking about staying on course in 2024. The thing is, the year has already started. The first month has gone. So if you wrote down your goals, you know what is happening with them. So I went through an overview of why we set goals, and of course, I just finished talking about examples of the goals that we can have. So right now, we are going to talk about how to stay on course, and there's 3 subtopics under that. So I'm going to go through that, and then we'll do a commercial break, and then we'll take it from there. Let me read one additional comment. Let's see. Oh, Miss Sage, it was fabulous. I didn't want to come back. I actually extended my trip for another 2 weeks. So I think that next time I'll go for a longer time. Yes. So back to this, how to stay on course. So we're going to look at your habits, okay? So the 3 areas, we're talking about how to stay on course, and the 3 subtopics are your habits, your attitude, time management, and I believe associations and networks. Brother Brian, you know that comment I wrote today on your TikTok? So, oh, okay. Yeah. Daddy Brian may do an in by seeing Mama, yeah. Thank you, message. It was wonderful. So carrying on, let's talk about your habits. So as I was saying earlier, let me flip through my notes. Yeah. You know, a habit is a usual way of behaving, right? So do you have a habit of planning out your daily activities or daily routine? I mentioned that earlier, that if you don't have a plan for the day, somebody will come and take you off track. Yeah. Also, are you somebody who's proactive? Are you proactive? Are you a disciplined person? Are you able to focus and stay on track? And are you on time or are you tardy? Are you organized? These are all habits that I'm talking about. And we're talking about how to stay on course. Your habits is what will get you where you want to go to. So if you have good habits, kudos to you. Your bad habits will derail you and you can't move forward. So you need to look at these areas. Sometimes we think planning, oh, we're overdoing things. Somehow, Brother Brian, I remember when I came on, Amajo had written a comment that we follow mediocrity. I don't understand why we always feel that, oh, as for us, we should be down here. Oh, you are making too much noise. You are creating, be calm, be quiet, hush, hush. You are just like anybody else. You can push yourself, okay? You can push yourself. Like me, the example that I give is that in life, everywhere, in any situation that I've been in, people think, oh, you are too much. You are this, you are that. Something that should be yours, they'll take it from you and give it to somebody else because, oh, yeah, he. And I told myself, when I got out of those environments, this is what happened. Okay. And I said, this here is my legacy. My name is on it. Nobody can take it away from me. And so for you, what are you going to do that you'll call yours, that nobody can take away from you? And even with this gesture that I just did, yes, our people, oh, they're always showing off. And no, when you see Obroni, the little thing that they can do, they make so much noise about it. They are so happy, they are so proud. Where is our self-pride? I need to delete something. For those of you coming on and putting your stuff here, please, this is not, what do you call it? We're not into that. If you're here to listen, please listen, okay? Thank you. Hello, Sister Eunice, how are you? She said so true, you know? And let me put it this way. You are in life. This is a journey. It's your life. What are you doing with yourself? How are you impacting yourself and others? Are you just sitting there, just running around, doing nothing, following people around? You are not disciplined. You are not proactive. Someone might say, I want to go to school. And you know what happens? They won't go and make that call or even go online and do research. And then the application, dates close. Oh, I'll do it next year. I'll do it next year. And then time is ticking. Excuse me for a sec, please. Sorry about that. Yeah, and so time keeps ticking and ticking. Time keeps ticking and ticking. Just when you tell people not to come and post things on your platform, then they post it again. So this time you are blocked. So basically, if you don't, you have these bad habits, you are not proactive, you are not disciplined, right? You're tardy, you're not organized, you can't get a handle on things. You can't get a handle on stuff. Nothing moves for you because you don't plan things out. It doesn't need to be anything hard. It's as simple as getting a book. Even if you don't have an agenda with dates in it, get yourself a notebook, write down the date. Saturday, such and such. Saturday, maybe you say, oh, I'm at home, I'm cleaning, I'm doing this. Monday, you write down what you're going to do for the day, the 2 or 3 things. And then at the end of the day, you check back, you write where you got to with those things. Anything you need to move forward or bring forward, do that. So it's basic things, discipline. So what's your habits? Your habits are what so that's the way to go kick them out if they don't listen. Like it's not fair. So let's go to the second, your attitude, right? More like your attitude on life. Is it positive or negative? If you have a negative attitude, woe is me, doom and gloom, oh, I can't do that. It's for those people, it's for them, not me. Me, I'm a poor child. I was born in a poor family. How can I go anywhere? And you moan and groan about such things. You won't take any action. But if you tell yourself, I am not my past, that was just then, I can use that to move forward. So your attitude, your willingness, right? Like if you are positive or negative, it affects your ability to focus and reach your goals. That's the simplest form in which I can put it. Also, you need drive and ambition to push towards your goal. And so negativity, it affects one's drive to push in life. Look at our mindset. There's something called a collective mindset. So if you look at our people, look at our mindset, right? And then take another group of people and look at their mindset. Mhm. It starts from the individual. You as an individual, what do you want? Do you have what it takes to push and get it? So attitude matters. It's really important. Yeah. Attitude matters. If you're around negative people, anyway, we'll be talking about association. So I'll leave that one right there. So I'll go to the next one, time management. Let me read this, okay? Time management is the process of organizing, planning how to divide your time in different activities. And what are some of those? These are demands relating to work, social life, family, hobbies, personal interests, and commitments. So, Nanaraba says pessimistic tendencies. Philippians 4:8 is the way to go. Whatever things are lovely, pure, honest, true, if there be any virtue or good report, think on these things. Thank you. I made that decision a long time ago. I mean, positive people, it doesn't mean that they don't have negative aspects or they don't spiral down. They do. But you have coping mechanism or you have a mechanism of coping with it. For myself, I know when I start to go that way, I'm like, okay, what is really going on? I have a way of talking to myself and I snap out of it and I move forward. But if you don't have a way of coping, you might get stuck there, sadly. Mhm. So going back to time management, so um, when you don't manage your time properly, you won't have any no concrete goals because you're all over the place. So I'll do this, so I'll do that, and at the end of the day, you are trying to do too many things. Oh, this is the, let me go here. You are being pulled in different directions. Take one or two things and give it focus. Proper time management. You focus, you accomplish those goals, and then you move to the next one. Yeah. And also, if you don't have a to do list, you know, Yeah, you need a to-do list to be able to manage your day. And of course, too, when you don't prioritize, lack of prioritization, right? Or poor scheduling. Somebody can say, oh, um, what example can I give? Maybe you're somebody who braids hair. You know that maybe in a day you can do two, and then you go and book three people, and then they come and they, oh, then you are making excuses. Oh, I can't. The person even shows up at your door. Oh, I can't do it today because I have two people. Why didn't you tell them before that you can't do? You have two people already, so let's make it another day. So simple things. We are so bad for it. You set up appointments with people, they are going to be late. They won't even call you and tell you they are going to be late. Sometimes if you call them, you can't even reach them. And you go, how do you run businesses like that, right? Yeah. And so basically, proper time management, you learn to prioritize, you organize yourself, you start early. You early start to things. You start early, you accomplish things, yes. And then, of course, schedule your tasks. Maybe from this time to this time, I'm doing that. From here to there, I'm doing that. You know? Yeah. And also set limits. Learn to say no. Learn to say no. A lot of us take on a lot. We don't have boundaries. People impose on us, and we think we are Hercules, or we are going to do everything. At the end of the day, people just use you, waste your time, and you can't even accomplish your own goals. And then to the good habits that you have, reinforce them. I'm somebody that I like to be on time. So if you see me being late, it's me who's chosen to be late. But I make sure that I tell myself, oh, I'll get there 10 minutes before, or I'll get there 5 minutes before, and that's me. So if I'm going to be late, then I start to go into a tailspin that, oops, I didn't plan this well. I should have set out a little earlier, that type of thing. So, yeah, so time management, that one will lay it to rest and go to association or networks. Again, we're talking of how to stay on course. So, the question I have for you is, who are your associations? Are they building you up? Are you building them up? As you know, in the Bible, it says, iron sharpeneth iron. I'm not going to be running around with people who are going to bring me down. We don't understand that we have a choice. Yeah, we have a choice in these things. You make that decision of who your association or your network will be. Don't get chosen, you choose. So if something is not working for you, it's okay to snap out of it and leave. But we are people who are so into, I don't know if it's the timidity or do for all except yourself. So when something is not working for us, we force ourselves to still stay in those circles, and it's impeding your progress in life. Maybe those Saturdays that you used to go and sew those clothes and go to those 2, 3 parties, if you spend 2 of those hours focusing on yourself, even going somewhere to meditate or go to the library or something restful for your spirit, you don't always have to be around people, noise, 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 noise. No, your soul craves solitude. There are people who don't know how to be alone. I've said this before on this platform. The times that I'm left alone at home are my happiest times because I'm here, it's quiet, and I can hear the sound, like the sound of silence. It's quiet. A lot of people may not be able to handle that. They don't know how to be alone. They have to fill every minute with something. It leaves you ragged. You become tired, overburdened, and your spirit is so stressed out. Yeah. So, watch your associations. Associate yourself with people who build you up and whom you can also impact. We give and take from each other. Also, the question I ask is, are these associations going to help you achieve your goals? Are they going to help you achieve your goals? And do you have mentors? A mentor can be somebody that you go to, you see physically, and they help you. And let me tell you something. Some of these things you have to pay for them. Mentoring, you pay for it, yes. So, or coaching, you pay for it. It's not free. Or it can be somebody you watch from afar. Like there's this Apostle Joshua Selman. I used to listen to his stuff a lot, and then I stopped, but I've picked it back up again. That you get nuggets. There's nuggets that you get from certain people, and you go and you listen, and you go, oh, okay. And this gentleman to Sam Adeyemi, yeah, he's another good one. So there's just different things, you know. And I'm not saying that stick only to people of faith. No, as if you're a believer, you need to be open-minded. Like you have your boundaries. There's things that you can learn from people, secular people. Yeah, because a lot of the things that they do is even based on biblical principles. But we think we have all the answers and we're shouting and screaming in church 7 days a week, but they are using it to build their legacy. Mhm. So it's a matter of being practical. Your associations are very important. Listen to good programs. There's a lot of audiobooks, even on Amazon. If you can have certain credits free, I get a lot of audios on Amazon. Like build yourself up, okay? And then it's not just about others building you up, but how can you also help somebody? If it's a little tip, something, and nugget that you can give to somebody to help them, that is always good, okay? So I trust that with these areas, like, we're in February. Today is February 10th. It's already going fast. So you have February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December to work on your goals. And the thing is, let me leave you with something too. Enjoy the journey. Don't be too hard on yourself. There's times that you will not be able to meet certain goals. It's okay. Just write it down, work on it later. You are not, how do you call it? You are not perfect. Okay. These are just guidelines, but they are not rigid or set in stone. They are just things you can pick from daily to help you in your journey. Life is a journey. It's meant to be enjoyed. If you take yourself too seriously, you miss out. Yeah. And a lot of us, we are so cocotti that change. No, you learn something. Whatever you learn to share with people, share with people. So, yes. Tony says most young persons literally don't join associations because some of our parents will say, Tony, Wufran, Tomago, Inti, be careful about your associations. And most of these words limit many of us, especially those who weren't born with a golden spoon in their mouth. I hear you, Tony. You're right. But the thing is that label going to stick on you? Sometimes even in some of these aspects, because medium here for me here neighbor, this, be quiet, shh, don't make noise, don't make waves, and then you are stuck, yet you are yearning to come out. Sometimes in some instances where it's so hard and this stuff negative perspective are coming at you, it is good to retreat and do your journey quietly. Not quietly in the sense that nobody, but you do your thing before people know it, you have done it. And then also, like, there's something I call resiliency quotient. How resilient are you? There are people who break down easily when people come at them with negative thoughts. They give up. But if you tell yourself that, hey, not me, not on my watch. As I said, I think I said in one of my videos this week that when you tell me that I can't do something, that is when I'll prove to you that I can do it and then some. And that's just me. Because I don't think it is right for anybody to try to squelch or squish somebody's talent from coming out. No, no. So we have to learn how to speak positive, affirm ourselves like affirmations, positive, because yeah, it's, the mind is a powerful thing. And when you get told a particular thing for a long time, it becomes part of you. And it's hard to get rid of it, but it takes work. You need to do the work. Like every day, find something that could be a podcast, something that you listen to that will build you up, that will encourage you, that will inspire you, that will motivate you that, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can. And always remember that even though it's your journey, there's somebody else waiting to learn from you. Their situation might even be worse than yours. So they may go, wow, this person, you are an encouragement to somebody. So if you give up, somebody is going to fall by the wayside. A lot of times, because of the poverty mindset we have, we are so into ourselves. And so we lose sight of the fact that we are not here for ourselves. We need to be building others up. I don't know if I've answered your question, Tony. Let me know. So, yes. Are there any questions? Does anybody have any question or want to come and make a comment? So I'll put this number on the screen. It's my WhatsApp number. If you want to call and make a comment or ask a question, you can do that. Otherwise, I will go and do commercials and then we will call it a day. Going once, going twice. Right. Okay. So let's do this again. I'm going to do the promos now. So this is Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. Today was our first program. Okay, you're welcome. Today was our first program of the year, and we have a new lineup for you. So every 2 weeks, our next program will be on 14 plus 14 plus 9. Okay, our next, actually 14, 24th. Yeah, we'll be back on the 24th. We'll be back on the 24th. So basically, you are watching Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. This is our Saturday Facebook Live. And it's based on, Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner is based on my 5 books. So there's Reflection. These are all on Amazon, so you can get your copy to support me. Yes. So this one came out in 2020. Beauty of a Woman's Heart, 2021. Refreshing for My Weary Soul, which is a devotional, in 2021 as well. And then Own It, a guide to taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey, 2022. And this year, My Unapologetic Self, a guide to being real and living life on my own terms, came out last year. So I've taken a break from book writing. I'm still writing, but I'm not publishing. I'm working on these 5s, and so doing programs just to, we were talking about making an impact, helping people. So this is also my way of helping other people. So beauty lessons, this one here, women, we think that we have to do everything. Yeah. There's a video I put out this week. I forget what the title was, but I said, save yourself. Dear woman, save yourself. We are conditioned to help everybody but ourselves. Me sitting here, somebody might say, why don't you go and cook and stop sitting here talking? Because that's the kind of mindset that we have. But whether you're a man or whether you're a woman, you can impact anybody. There's people who are coming after us, and we need to be helping them come alongside. Also, we do Own It with your own ornithologist and queen of Own It. So own it means you own yourself. A lot of the stuff that we've talked about today, nobody's going to come and do it for you. You have to own it, right? Yeah. And then there's Auntie Yaa'S Nuggets. I share anything that comes to my mind, like life. It could be about, what do you call it, friendships, love, money, whatever. Yeah. And Pearls of Wisdom, I take a passage from the Bible, I share my insights. A Word for You is a shorter version too. So I have one this week. It's called Move. So watch out for it to Monday or Tuesday. Yes, it's interesting. Well, I thought I was being funny, and then there's my unapologetic self, and I'm starting a new thing called Yaa'S Book Nuggets. So this week I have something coming out from Own It, and it's talking about the past. So anything from 5 minutes to 10 minutes long. Yeah. Last but not the least, Auntie Yaa'S Own It Academy. We provide book publishing services, life coaching, and women empowerment. So Sister Ajuodo has a book that came out. Let me find it. Where is she? What happened to her? She said she would be here. I haven't seen her today. So yes, Unveiling My Life, a guide to breaking free and reclaiming control of my life. So it's Auntie Yaa'S Own It Academy. We worked with her to get her book published. So it's out on Amazon by Ajua Odome Sansasu. Okay. And Sister Yah Russell also has a book out, Echoes of Yah BBR's Chronicles. Auntie Yah's Own It Academy provided editing services for her book. It's a powerful book, so please support these ladies. As well, there's Pastor P. She's a tap send agent. So when you use her code Lady P to use her code Lady P, you get a discount. I believe it's 15%. As well, she's an ASEA advocate. ASEA is it's a redox signaling molecule. She can give you more information about that. It's good for your general health. What do you call it? Hormonal imbalances. There's all kinds of powerful testimonies about those products. And also you can patronize Seeker Educate. Seeker Educate does a lot of programs, educational programs, developmental programs, webinars, and all that. And we have Sister Awomekua lunchtime talks. She comes out with a lot of bangers and just things that will benefit our community people. And we have Sister Aisha Ankara. Sister Aisha does not do programs, but she supports all of us who do these programs. And so I have the pleasure of meeting Sister Aisha in Accra for the first time also. She's an Avon lady. You have to be living in Britain. That's where she lives. So you can order stuff from her. She's also a Juice Plus agent. And then she's into decorating events, event planning events. And then she sells also household utensils, pots and pans, different things. So please contact her. Yes. I hope that I have not missed Miss Sage. Yes, sageshare.com. Miss Sage has a variety of products, African products, t-shirts with maps of Africa, maps of Ghana, dresses, jewelry. Please contact her for all your needs. If I've missed you, please pardon me. I'll catch up next time. We've been away quite a while, and so it's back to business now. So I thank you for coming on today, everybody who was on. I will not go and mention names because I might forget somebody. So I'm hoping that what you've learned today will help you stay on course for 2024. Okay? So if you've not written out your goals before, maybe this is time for you to sit down. Don't overwhelm yourself. You can take one or two things. Like I went through a number of things here about the types of goals that Thank you. The types of goals that you can have, right? But don't overwhelm yourself. Just take one, two, or three, write out something if you haven't done it, and then set timelines for yourself. Maybe by March I would have accomplished this one by June. It's a work in progress. And enjoy the journey as you go along. Don't stress about it. If you can't do something today, there is tomorrow. But don't make that an excuse because maybe you may not have the tomorrow. Let's be cognizant of that. No problem. You're very welcome, Miss Sage. So with that, we'll wrap it up. And thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Do not be a stranger. Keep coming and watch out on this platform. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. And then, what do you call it? Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. Yeah, for that to bring my wall. There's always something. Oh, were you here all this while? I just mentioned you. I said, where is she? Thank you, sis. Appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Miss Eunice. You are welcome. and we'll talk. And now that I'm back, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Okay, have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.